Yo, what's going on guys, it's Zaqq, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is, yes, finally, all about the Daredevil, and we're going to be doing exclusive null sec PvP. I mean, we ended up in 1DQ a lot of the time where it's like crazy busy, and it suits the Daredevil pretty well, especially with the railgun fit, which I did use probably like 80% of the time. We did do some solo stuff and a lot of gang stuff as well, which was pretty cool, all like in small holes. So I think at the most at one point we had 2 Daredevils and 2 Wolves as well, so Arty Wolves. Pretty good little speedy gang, right? So we'll just kick the footage off and we'll talk about the fits as we go. So the first little thing we found is when I teamed up with Wiggs, the old RVB buddy, man. He's what a good lad he is. Such a good pilot as well. So we'll call this Gnosis. Realised he was hull tank. I just noticed his speed as well because lazy orbit button, right guys? I think you can get away with it when you're shooting someone that's like moving really slow. And obviously I still had the aggro from the wasps as well, which were like they did hurt like really hard when they hit. I don't think he was actually using guns on us, to be honest, so maybe he was like neut fit and things. So as I was avoiding the drones, which he literally had on me the whole time, I'm not sure why he didn't switch over to Wiggs or whatnot in the Wolf. You can see he's like sat there pretty much not doing much speed a lot of the time. Another thing to point out in the vid, we're going to be looking for mistakes and things as well. You just seen us put me point on there after a while, but in the comms and stuff when we're streaming, like because the Daredevil's like so bad on cap, that's its biggest like downfall. I was like having to rely on Wiggles to hold point, so I could save some cap from the warp disruptor too. Right, it just eats cap, that thing. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, the Gnosis ended up jump driving, which it took us a little bit by surprise. Again, I was like trying to concentrate on stream chat at the same time, so it's like another little wall of things to like get into your mind as you're doing it. So I wasn't like fully concentrating, you could say. And he was nearly dead at this point, so just heated on him, and I was watching for the animation. There it went, and would literally just must have got him at the last millisecond just before he jumped. Like I was still going because I thought he had jumped. It was absolutely insane. But another mistake there, the Microwarpdrive was still heated. I'm going to point out all of them. It's a really good thing, guys, even if you don't stream or make video content, like record your fights, right? It's dead easy to set up with like Shadow Player OBS, and you can always come back and look at your fights, even if you think you've done amazing. You might have like miskeyed the hotkey when you thought you'd pressed it or misclicked something. So it's a really good like learning tool for yourselves to like progress into like being better, right? So yeah, it was pretty awesome. The Gnosis was dead. We did find some like totally random stuff here. There was just like a Sino field. We decided just to jump to it and see if we could like get more people to come out the station. This Vexer comes out, which we thought, oh great, right? And then in a minute there's a little Retribution, and the Retribution's just like probably the best counter to this. I did fight a Slicer later on, which obviously it's a Slicer, so it hasn't got like all the DPS, but I think the Retribution's like the Beam Confessor is a real like hard counter to this ship, right? But yeah, loving the rail fit. You can see it's 125 rails, Microwarpdrive, just a quad lift, T2 web and point. So the web's like obviously a defensive web, right? So it's good to keep that heated and things. We've got a Ancillary, and we've got 2 plates, which the non-CPU ones, I can't remember, I'll have to put them in a pop-up or something, and then a mag stab too. In the rigs we've got like the ambit rig and a collision maybe, and the tank rig. It's definitely an explosive tank rig. I'll put it on the screen like I say. But this was another cool one where we're in like the 4-man group, so the 2 wolves, 2 daredevils. Right after, like literally right after downtime, this guy must have been traveling to the next system or whatnot, and he's actually a smart bomb battleship, so he was obviously jumping like into the rock havens and things and ratting. So we're pretty lucky. Got the web on him. He says like going like pretty close just to stay out of the range of the smart bombs, but also to keep the web on. I was pretty cautious of him not shooting us just in case he had guns, so I kept moving just a tiny little bit. And he had a decent little pimp fit as well. I think he dropped some faction cap recharges and stuff, so that was pretty nice. And moving on to the next fight, we were 1 jump away from 1DQ here, so everyone knows that's like a crazy system at the minute, which was, we kept getting needled down south, so we just ended up heading there because there's always people like lurking like a jump or 2 out trying to catch things coming in. And Wiggs beforehand in the system before, he was fighting with this Gorma, so I thought, well, If he lands close to us, we'll just try and ram him, like ram speed him, right? Get the webs on like as fast as possible. And there was also a Navy Brutix kicking around as well, which you just saw like warp off, which was obviously his mate. Oh, and we got a big host on off Finn there for the stream, which was cool. So yeah, sorry about the quality of some of these clips as well, guys. It was like literally recorded from the VOD. Like stream quality is not as good as the Shadow player, so I do apologize about that. But we had a little skirmish there. We didn't secure the kill, which was unfortunate. And then we just kept going on to the 1DQ. So we jumped into the bubbles, and like these Cormorants are like just max range, max DPS fit. We decided, I called for burn up, but what I should have done was like just burn down, and we maybe might have gotten 2 kills instead of just the 1, which we're going to get, because we're pretty split. Like Wiggs was like 30k away from us there, and by the time I realized this Cormy was like pretty much like by himself, and though there's other stuff coming in there, I was like already like half dead, right? You can see I'm well into hull. We'll just start heating on this guy, hopefully, unless that was another mistake I made. Yep, didn't heat on this guy at all. Obviously don't need the point because we're in the bubbles and things, but he just goes down just as I die. So, and then Wiggs died shortly after, obviously. But like 1DQ guy is really good. I've had tons of fun in there. There's another clip later when I'm like fighting a slicer again. The real Daredevil's just like so good to stay on grid, and he has another 1DQ clip as well. So we jumped into the bubbles here, and we got another sub from Inglewood. Cheers, dude. I know I thanked you on stream, but thanks again. So there was, for this fight, there was 2 Arieses coming out. Obviously, like tackle fit or whatnot. Didn't take too much damage from them. But the trick here was like the heated web, right? I needed that on just to even like slow him down just enough to get a few good hits. So like I didn't really get one until that point. Again, the cap on this thing is just absolutely terrible, and I think I actually fucked up. I left the rep on like way too much here. So that was a big mistake. I think I could have killed a couple more things if they'd come out. So this guy, I'm pretty sure he dies, and we'll get the pod as well just before we warp out. But I was really disappointed that I left the repper on there when I watched it back, because this other guy, he was pretty much like dead anyway, and there was a Cormy like coming pretty close too. So like I had to bail. I didn't have any more choice. And then we went back there, but I don't think I recorded the footage now, and we got killed anyway off the Cormorant. So I was like well into structure, so it didn't really matter by that point. This system, we were sitting on a 100-kilometer warp from the gate, which I know these guys well because I go down there quite a lot, and this Tengu randomly like decloaked. So I thought, why not? Let's give it a try. You know what we got to lose? It's only like 100 mil. And obviously you can see didn't have any points or scrams, but you know, you've got to take some of the riskier fights because you just never know. You could be like all like travel fit or whatnot, you know, and just have like no defenses. So again, we're in a pretty cheap ship, and this one was actually the first fight I had coming back into the game, which was against the Dram, the Tormentor, and I fat fingered a couple of these things. I really like, I didn't have my hotkeys set up or anything. So I was like, I was misclicking stuff, but I think I could have killed both of these. And if you watch really close to the end, you might have to skip it back a little bit. The server tick wasn't kind either. I think if I'd had one more shot on this guy, he would have popped. But you can probably say I got a rep here, and then I've already got the kill report. So I still had like health points, but the server tick like just GG'd is really. So I think if I'd waited like another like half a second for the next tick, that the extra gun volley would have went out, and then I may have lived, I may have not, who knows. But it's a good thing again just to look at things. So yeah, I fudged that one a little bit. This one's the blaster version, as well as it was for the Tengu. I forgot to mention that. And this was against the Catalyst again. Like Catalyst should do way more damage, but I think we got lucky. We got a couple of hits in before he started firing, and that's what tipped the balance there. So we got a free kill, doing it solo and stuff right there. Again, like leaving the repper on a lot there. This one just obviously was a rat and Ishtar, but I followed him to the station to see if we could get any like action from anyone else. Really can't kill Ishtars in this thing at all. You'll see in a sec, like I take like so much damage. But this little stiletto comes in, or slasher, sorry. I think there was a few stabbers here like warped in, so I think this guy was the warp in or the scout for them. So yeah, there's one stabber. I thought, oh great, we'll have a fight with a stabber, and then suddenly like I've got no armor left because of these drones and stuff. And again, I think, oh, I didn't leave the rep on this time, but I was pretty low on cap anyway, so no way I could sustain a fight against like a stabber. And then I think a couple more came in too. And really, like, thinking about it, stabber's like really dangerous in case it's got like a medium newt. Like literally one hit off a medium newt, I'm absolute toast. Like I got killed by a sky fleet because of that, which pretty much sucked. But yeah, like, it's just so much fun, guys, the rail fit. I think I would recommend it over the blaster one unless you're specifically going out with that purpose to try and gank. So again, seeing the Proteus there, I'm pretty sure that was a travel-y fit. So I thought, well, you know, we'll try and cross-jump a couple of things here. And then there was a couple of Flycatchers just sitting on the gate there. And I didn't realise at the time, but Twitch chat corrected us that the Flycatchers have actually had a buff recently. So they're like a lot tankier than what they used to be. So I didn't know this, obviously. I'm thinking, alright, there's a couple of Flycatchers. I'm just going to wreck these nerds. Yeah, we're in the blaster fit again. So, you know, like 500 DPS should do the job. So I'm not sure why I burnt away from this guy first. That was a bit of a mistake. Because I took a big bit of damage there. Like, I was already in armor before I started, like, doing any damage to them guys. And, yeah, I was like, wow, like, why isn't this guy dying? But ultimately, live and learn, right? So that was again a learning experience. I can't stress it enough, guys. Like, just keep watching your PvP and all that sort of stuff, unless you're a fucking like legend PvPer who never dies, which all good for you. So another Hecate or Hecate, whatever you want to say it. I fucked up on this one as well. Like, if I'd just kept orbiting the way I was, I might have, because I went in for a drive-by web here. I was a bit greedy, right? I thought it was cool as fuck and ended up getting spanked for it. So I got him a drive-by web a little bit, but he managed to get the scram on. Luckily, I was going pretty quick anyway, so I was ready just to spam the MWD, but I was out of cap. I wasn't pointed, and ultimately I fucked up and got blown up. So again, one to look out for. I think if I'd definitely kept that range, I would have been easily been able to kill that guy. Like, the overheated web just saves you like so much. I think I actually use it here against this Pontifex. This was just before the low sec system orb. You always get a good fight. There's always camps. Oh no, sorry, this is the Hecate fight where you had a Loki friend. So yeah, I jumped into the guy that in the Hecate was killing a fucking stealth bomber. So like literally warped straight into the bubble. I knew the Loki was around, so I doubled back trying to keep as much range in between like the Loki and myself while still keeping in range of the Hecate. And ultimately I was doing pretty well, and then suddenly I got webbed from the Loki as well. So, and then at this point the guy starts like double backing because he knows he's going to die, and I'm at this point just rage burning trying to get out of point range of the Loki and stuff, which I managed to do. So again, a good little skirmish, and that's like, I'm not bothered about getting like dank kills and stuff. I love being on grid and annoying people, like the old days of the dual LSE Vagas and stuff, where you had like a really good presence, you know. And like Cinnables today with the cap battery fit, you can stay on grid like absolutely crazy amounts of time and things and just kite around. Like being just like on the grid of some people is like a really just an annoyance mindfuck as well, so you can force mistakes that way. Even though we're in like a small Daredevil, right? So yeah, back in 1D, is this 1DQ? No, it's 4 tack. So it's like looks like a bit of a staging system or whatnot. I'm not sure of the Eve geography at the minute, but this I noticed this Imperial Navy Slicer. I haven't seen one of these for ages. I suppose the Retribution took over, and again we did some fat finger things here. We could have killed them on this pass, but I'm not like everything was overheated. I'm not sure why the point was overheated at this point. And yeah, me Microwarpdrive switched off, and that's what lost us the fight right there. If I'd had a kept in range with the MWD on, that would have been cool. And there was also a Jag like flying around trying to grab one of us as well, but we're being too pesky, right? So we did a bit of warp jumping games, you know, like repositioning and things. I was keeping an eye on the Jag. The Slicer was like game. He was actually like really pleasant in chat as well after the fight finished. We had a little bit of banter. So there was like a mobile tractor unit or whatever it is up there, or the depot. So the Jag's about to warp away from it, because I was actually going to go for the Jag. Like at this point I was getting a bit bored. So I was like, right, I'm going to warp to 0 on this thing. The slicer actually follows us to about like 30, which is good for him, or 20. And I was just like, right, I'm going to get at 0 on you, dude. So I just literally aimed for him, heated the web, sorry, got right on him and just approached, right? We got some good hits here. As we go through them, we lost a little bit of tracking, but right now we're like 0 transversal and we've got 2 good, nice little hits there. And yeah, the Jag tried to jump in there at the last second. I would have stayed and had a fight with him. Like, I wasn't bothered like dying at that point. I'd killed like literally one thing. Like, I'm not fussed about like kills, like I say, too much. Just the fun, pretty much. And there's another example of the web, the Daredevil web, like doing its work. Absolutely insane. Enough to coast out with the range of that thing. Yeah, this is the Pontifex fight. So this is before I jumped into low sec to try and get back into the Vogger, because I was doing some nano stuff with that. We had a little bit of a fight. And I wasn't really able to kill much, yeah. I mean, the Pontifex has got a pretty big tank, so I was like, right, we're going to have to kill some drones here. And there was I think it was a wolf on grid as well, if I can see it on the little preview, yeah. So the wolf, I think, was what ultimately forced us off the grid. So we kept burning, you know, we'd having a look at positions where we could put ourselves. The wolf was like miles away, but he was starting to rage burn. So I decided like just to go back to the gate, even though I had a timer. Like, I'm not sure what I was thinking, like walking back to this gate. It's a region gate as well, so it's like absolutely massive. So I thought, well, I'll just burn up here and I'll still be in range to jump. And then suddenly the Ponty's like right on top of us, so I thought, right, let's have a go, mate. Again, heated web, like just letting us coast out of scram range there, which like absolutely saved us. The DD web like is just, you need to train that min Matar skill up to 5, the min frig, to get the full 90% bonus. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, and the wolf here as well, he's coming. Obviously all part of frat or whatnot. And yeah, just heated the Microwarpdrive to try and get out, which we ultimately did. Man, that's crazy. A lot of talking here, guys. I'm not used to all this like fast-paced stuff. It's pretty fun. Next up, we've got the Rockwell and Hulk like scenario. So this is while we're streaming as well. So I'm not sure if it's going to be, no, it's a proper shadow play quality one. So yeah, jumps on this Hulk. Like, I was fully aware that I was going to get wrecked off the drones of the Rockwell, but I thought, well, let's just see what happens, right? So there's the drones. Man, I just got literally nearly alphaed into structure there. So, like, obviously had to warp out, like, right away. But we came back pretty fast. Really, we wanted the Hulk, but I mean, like I say, we're never going to kill it. So, again, just being an annoyance, right? So he was pinging for people to come and help him, like, for sure. So we kept just trying to go in. We had a bit of a fight with his drones here. We're just trying to get some aggro on. Now I'm really surprised that the Rockwell didn't actually have a newt. Like, that would have just ended the fight like in the first stage of it. So he was trying to sentry drone us and things, and we went back in for a bit of a laugh. Again, I was streaming while we were doing this, so we're having a good bit of a chat as well past the time. I was here for about 20 minutes, but I've cut the footage down quite a lot. So yeah, just wearing his drones down, like he's probably got thousands of them in his hold, right? So it was just like, again, for the lols. And there's more stuff comes up on scan in a second. There was actually a pretty big gang. At first there was Razu, which is obviously bad for me, the long range scram. That would be the pretty much end of it. And some other stuff. And ultimately there was the Ram Jag that came for us. And again, they're just trying to annoy him. Not that a Razu on scan yet. But yeah, pretty, oops, sorry, that's my phone. Pretty crazy, like just annoying a Rockwell and trying to force a fight. And this is like one of the bread and butter things of EVE, like in my opinion. Just like forcing a fight where a fight doesn't really want to be. And you can see on scan there's a rapier too. So what I'm doing now, I'm pulling range from the actual warp in from the site. So whoever warps in is like going to be like 100 clicks away. And really, this was a mistake because I warped, I pulled off way too much. Like, so the Jag was actually in warp range of the other things, and that's what, like, killed us in the end. So I should have stayed, like, what, 80, 90k, 100 maybe, so they couldn't warp. And, I would have been able to kill the Jag and, yeah, probably get out. And that seemed to be working pretty well. And also on scan, I think I pinged it in a sec. Obviously, there's a rapier there, which is bad. And all his buddies started coming in now, and again I was shocked that the warps were able to warp to him, but at the same time then I realized like I'd fucked up, so another classic mistake. But you can see like the Daredevil web here just pinned him in place, just absolutely insane. He was all obviously tackle fit, he wasn't doing any damage. The only damage he's got's like the hull damage, right? So yeah, the Osprey Navy comes in, the Vagga, and yeah, I was really disappointed with myself here. I did ultimately kill the Jag, but yeah, I could have made it out if I had just like not burnt like an extra 30-40 kilometers, which in the Daredevil like goes over really, really fast. Right guys, for this next little fight there was a couple of mistakes made. Obviously we started the fight by doing the old aggro thing. So there was at least one that I didn't have to fight, right, splitting them up. So we decided to burn straight off gate. There was a Saber and ultimately a Caries, right? So I thought, oh, the Caries is going to be like a super easy kill. I'll burn off the gate like as quick as I can. The Caries will just rage burn for us, stick some damps on us or whatnot, and then I'll double back and I'll kill him pretty easy, right? So we're checking the Caries range here. I'm pretty sure I'll zoom out. So he's got a long point on us there. So the Caries is way ahead of the other guys, but notice no damps, guys. Like I didn't notice this at the time, and that only meant one thing, right? That he was a tanky boy, which got us killed, right? So if I'd only, like, I just took for granted that's what the ship was going to be fitted with, right? So I was hoping, yeah, even if I just got the Caries kill, I wasn't really fussed about dying. It would have been cool just to kill the Caries, but man, he was tanking like a boss. Look at this. Like, I was doing like nothing to him. He was just, oh, I was disappointed in myself. But again, looking back at the video and also on stream, it was actually the stream chat that pointed out that I wasn't damped. So he obviously in those mid slots where the damps would have been, I was yeah, I was duped on that one. I was even checking the resistance on it just to make sure I hadn't really like fucked up or anything. But yeah, that sucked, dude. Like I should know better, because like a lot of the fits I use aren't really like the standard fits, so it catches people by surprise sometimes, and then I do it to myself. But yeah. So guys, that's the Daredevil vid. I'll put the fits obviously in the description and things, and we might talk about the rail fit a little bit more, because I've still got like tons of footage which I didn't want to include. I mean, this vid's going to be like what, 25 minutes, and that's like crazy long for my sort of standard. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. My throat's absolutely killing for talking non-stop for about 25 minutes. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, guys, we'll definitely do some more of these. I've got some cruiser stuff. Just let us know what you want, and we'll get it done. So yeah, again, thanks guys, and thanks for Cletus, Plucky, and Wiggles for flying with us during the streams and everything. It was really fun. And yeah, that's it.